Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link.
Good morning and happy post-Thanksgiving Friday, November 28th, 2025. Black Friday. For some, I don't really get into that. I just don't. I think it's weird that people would attack people over TVs and bikes. But good morning and hello, everybody. How are you? And 5 years of me invading your devices, some of your TVs and whatnot, with this face and this Midwestern mom voice. How are you? I hope you're well. Happy 5 years to comics and everything. We'll get into all that in a second, but just a big reminder to everyone, hit that like button, okay? Subscribe if you're new, ring that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense for another 5 years, maybe, until I'm 90, which is closer than you think. And consider joining the channel as a member for them sweet, sweet perks. The almost said Ferdinand for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the turkey brain. The tryptophan is still invading my bloodstream. Hopefully it's still invading yours as well. I didn't get any turkey skin though, and I'm very upset about it. There will be a rant, so prepare yourselves. Oh, see, it just did it. It took away what I was saying. Oh yeah, there it is. The Franklin Richards breakdown will be available for members tonight. It will be available for everyone else next Thursday. So if you're a member of the channel, good for you. That's one of your perks. Yay, congrats. And then next week there will be loads of extras, outtakes, and just extra content behind the scenes stuff from the Ferdinand, the Franklin Richards breakdown. So prepare yourselves emotionally, but that's for members only. That's right. So if you want to see that stuff, you're going to have to become a member of the Nerdling Army. And let's now. We want you. We want you. But again, make sure you hit that like button smashed and you've subscribed. We're getting ready to scream good morning to everyone. It's our favorite part. It's our favorite part of the stream. We scream good morning to everyone in the chat. And if you're new, the members get their good mornings first. Members and super chats get good mornings first because it's only fair. You know, I'm about to, my slipper came off. Listen, one of the great things about podcasting and live streaming and all this stuff is the footwear. The wardrobe, really. It's really chilly today. I think we're supposed to get some snow. We had to hook up the heat lamp for the chickens, so it's sweater time, and I'm wearing slippers. Anywho, let's scream good morning to the chat. Good morning, Lieutenant Deranged Lunatic, and thank you. Thank you. Are you the only? Nope. Good morning, Lieutenant Kino Reviews and contributing editor. Thank you. Those are the only two members right now, so it's fine. They creep in later. Good morning, Omari! I'm not old enough to sit in the front seat without a seatbelt. You can still get a seatbelt. Good morning, Penny! Thank you. Good morning, Sumar! And thank you. You were thinking of my theme song. Animation? What? I don't have that kind of talent. I don't. Thank you. Good morning, Lord Tothi. Is it Tothi? It's Toth. It's Toth. It's totally Toth, the Egyptian god. Okay. Good morning, Lord Toth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Buenos dias, Fernando. That was loud. That was loud. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hello. Hello. I'm amazed you guys are all here. Like, this is some dedication. Technically, kind of a holiday still, because, you know, us Americans, we love Black Friday and all of that.
Not I. I'm really not into it.
I'm not really into it. Anywho, let's gab a bit about the 5 years of this nonsense. So when the channel started, I'm going to tell you a little story. The channel started 5 years ago. Honestly, I actually started the channel, like made it in August of 2020. But I didn't make a video until, or even start to make videos until November. The channel wasn't my idea. No, the channel wasn't my idea. Isn't that crazy? Good morning, Maria. Good morning. Welcome. So the channel was not my idea. Oh, you see my hair things. This is how I get my silky smooth hairs, is these items right here. It was Dave's idea. It was entirely Dave's idea. And the idea started 7 years ago. The idea started 2 years before I even made the channel. So one day I was sitting in the living room doing my makeup, because I was a professional makeup artist. I was a professional makeup artist and hairstylist. And I was doing my makeup while watching Bailey Sarian on TV. And for those who do not know, Bailey Sarian is a very, very big YouTuber who does murder, mystery, and makeup Monday. She does murder mysteries, cold cases, and ghost stories while doing her makeup at the same time. So I'm doing my makeup and stuff, and Dave comes in and he sits down and he's kind of watching. He's watching me. He says, "You know, you could do this." I looked at him, I said, "You are out of your damn mind. You're out of your mind. I don't know the first daggum thing about murder mysteries and cold cases. I mean, I don't. That's not really. I just find her entertaining." And Dave said, "Not about this stuff, Dork. About the superhero, the comic book stuff you like, because apparently I do this really annoying thing to him. I make him watch all the comic book movies and TV shows that I like, but while we're watching it, I will explain things. I will say, 'Did you know that Ahsoka Tano is a totally new Star Wars character? She was created by Dave Filoni, and she was originally supposed to have an Icelandic kind of motif and an accent. Did you know that? And she's, Anakin's Padawan, really, but he's not considered a master." And Dave's like, "I could give two shits. Like, I don't care. I don't care." Lord Toth gets it. Lord Tothy gets it. So I do this a lot. Good morning, Scarab Scuttabutt Podcast, and muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. She is a total babe. So I was like, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know if I could compete with that. He's like, Smurf. He calls me Smurf. We still don't know why. He doesn't have an answer for that. You can talk your ass off. Well, talking does not necessarily constitute giving actual information. All kinds of people can talk. It doesn't mean they're actually saying anything intelligent. Hello. So it took about 2 years. Comics and Cosmetics was the original name, because comics and cosmetics. It was the original name. Took 2 years. And my very first video, and we're going to pull it up we're going to go through some history here. History lesson on comics and everything. The first video, of course, I mean, to me, it was, of course, was Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman is my bottom B. She's my favorite. She's my girl. I absolutely love Wonder Woman. I grew up basically in hospitals and, reading comic books and watching TV, watching movies. That was my thing that kept me there, present, but also my escapism. And Wonder Woman was my absolute favorite because she was totally tough. She could fly. She could basically do anything, but she was still a girl. She was still a girly girl. And she was very honest. And I loved that. So that is my very first video right there. This is me 5 years ago. Good morning, Ensign Loki, and thank you. This video, fun fact, it's my Zack Snyder shirt. This is probably the 4th time I had recorded a video about Wonder Woman. Twice that I had recorded this specific video. It took me, Dave built the wall behind me in this video, and it's actually behind me now. I just painted it black and we moved it in here. It was initially in my salon. I owned a salon called Salon Mia, and it was ginormous. It was so huge. We couldn't even store it in the salon. It was like 8 feet long, 6 feet high. It was on trucks. You could wheel it. It was not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to build like a thing where I could put like a shower curtain on it that had a logo. No, Dave was like, we're building a wall. And I had shelves on it. The shelves that are actually behind me here that have stuff on them. But one of the times I tried recording with a GoPro, I fell off my saddle stool. My saddle stool broke while I was sitting on it. And when I fell back into the wall. The shelves fell off and everything fell off the shelves onto my head, breaking my giant Wonder Woman goblet and a bunch of other things. And I just laid there devastated. Like I cut my head open. Like it was I just stood there going, I was devastated. I really thought because I closed, it was after hours in the salon. I thought the business neighbors would hear. But that was time number 2. The first time I tried to record was in my home, sitting in a big easy chair with the GoPro, with all my makeup and stuff on my lap. I'm like, this is not working. And then I tried to edit with the free version of Wondershare Filmora after having not gone near any kind of editing software, editing board in almost 30 years. I sat there crying, texting my sister-in-law like, why am I doing this? I don't know what am I was. So every time I would try and fail, I would step away for like 6 months and reassess and, get back to it. So the second time, I decided I'm going to drink some wine and try it. And what happened then was the saddle stool I was sitting on, one of the wheels broke. I fell off. The whole wall fell on top of me. Devastation everywhere. Went home crying. The third time was in the basement of my home that I live in now. This is 5 years ago. With the setup you see here, and you recognize a lot of things in this background. This is my first setup, and it was in the basement of my home. So there's freaking concrete everywhere, and I tried so hard to absorb sound. I had blankets and pillows all over, like around the floor and stuff. Just, I was trying so hard. And there was a rig above me with like, it was just, it was a mess. It was a mess. Ghetto be thy name. So I was using my iPhone 13, and the first time I recorded it that day, it took me 2.5, 3 hours to get through. I didn't have a script or anything. I don't even think I actually did any legit research because I considered myself already an expert on Wonder Woman. I've been studying her my whole life. So it took like 3 hours. Okay. Full makeup, finish it, go back. I'm like, okay, let's look at the footage. I go and look at it. No sound. None whatsoever. And I had gotten every single member of my family out of the house so I could do this because it would pick up everything. If someone walked upstairs, it sounded like elephants. If someone coughed outside, it sounded like an explosion. Like, it was, no one could be home. And I was so self-conscious. So I had a short amount of time to get this done. And I was at the point where I was like, listen, if I don't do this, I'm never going to do it. I've been working on this for 2 years. It's now or it is never. So I had just recorded for 3 hours. There was no sound. I had to run upstairs. Well, things I physically could wash my face, get the makeup off, try to wash my lashes, go back down and record this. And I still got, by the time I finished this video, editing and everything, it's still like like an hour and 10 minutes. And no, we're not going to do a live reaction to the entire video because one, so cringe. I will die of cringe, embarrassment, so much embarrassment. I will die right here. And two, this is an hour and 10 minutes of me just, and my editing style has definitely changed a lot over the years. I mean, my makeup looks great. I'm so blonde though. This is me going back to what is this? We may have to listen to this because it says voice of an angel, this one. Let's see what this is.
And one of them was riding the winds, like gliding on the jet stream. That's
You
how
hear that sound? The
Amazons fly,
whooshing?
is they glide on jet streams like birds. That's cool. So that's how she learned to fly.
That's how she learned to fly. Could have cut
'Cause
that out.
she is like a bird, she could fly away.
This whole video was like this, but it was my very first one, and there's so much like,
There was no sound. So that's why.
that's me talking about having to re-record.
One of the most important things.
But that is my very first video, and somehow I was able to run my salon, my household, and knock out one of these breakdowns once a week. That's all I was doing. And for several months, I only promoted on Facebook and Instagram. I had a nightmare in 2010 that I signed up for Twitter, and so I avoided it like the plague until I interviewed a very dear friend of ours who has been an actor for Lucasfilm since 2012, Mr. Details here. And He
you.
played. Oh, that's beautiful. Amazing. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it right there because woman should be a supermodel. I'm just saying, look at her. So I interviewed our friend Details, who is a Star Wars actor. He played the very first Pike in live action. That was Quay Tolsite in Solo, a Star Wars movie. He was in Rogue One. He was in The Acolyte even. He was in all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I interviewed him and he texted me one day. He says, "Hey, are you on Twitter?" And I said, "No. I had a nightmare about it in 2011." He's like, "You're so weird, but I love it. Anyway, you need to get on Twitter now." I had like 15, 20 subscribers at the time. And I was like, "I'm not getting on Twitter." He's like, "You need to get on Twitter right now. Your interview with me is being shared in the Star Wars community. And you need to get on there now." Right? Yeah? That's my Details impression. You need to get on Twitter now. Yeah? So anyway, I got on Twitter. And immediately I get a message from this guy. He says, "Hey, I've noticed you wandering the streets of Twitter by yourself. You don't seem to know what you're doing. So, hi. Notice a lot of Star Wars people are following you. You interviewed this Star Wars person. Just watch what I'm doing, okay? Just watch what I'm doing." And if it hadn't been for this video right here, if it hadn't been for this video, if it hadn't been for D telling me to get on Twitter, and if it hadn't been for me meeting Ro, if Ro hadn't DM'd me on Twitter and said, "Come here, come here, stupid," this channel would have been nowhere. It would have just died on the vine. But because of Details, because of Ro and the Red 5 network, we're at almost 14,000 subscribers. So that is, I think about this all the time. When I think about channel stuff, this is what I think about. I think about this video in my basement. And for this video, we had legit professional sound. We have a very good friend, and I think there might actually be credits where he is mentioned. It's so bad. My laptop. Oh, I got a story about that laptop too. But this is still the basement. But in the credits, oh, these credits, so bad. I could have sworn in the credits I had thanked our friend Josh, who
Formed who I am. That
who actually did the professional sound. He used to run sound, so I had a boom mic, and he did the best he could to like help me soundproof and stuff. But that is Star Wars actor Details, dear friend of mine. He's been in pretty much any Star Wars anything since Disney acquired it that you could absolutely imagine. So D is the absolute best. He's absolutely also in a band called Emanate. He's got Grammys, man. He's got awards. He's on the Bad Boys soundtrack. I got a little something for you. So look up Emanate. I got a little something for you. That's my friend D. So, but this was the video that actually made the channel a legit channel. So big thanks to D, big thanks to Ro and the Red 5 network. Now this laptop right here, this laptop was the little laptop that could. And once a week, I edited videos like nonstop. Like I would edit all week long, drop a video on Saturday morning, research for a couple of days, and then record on Monday because that was the day that, Sundays and Mondays my salon was closed. Record on Monday and spend the rest of the week editing at work and at home in between clients and stuff. But one day, while I was editing the interview of Athena Finger, who is, pardon me, the granddaughter of creator of Batman, Bill Finger. I was sitting here and I was halfway through. I was like, oh my God, here we go. I'm almost done. I'm going to get it. I was about here. I remember it well. And all of the sudden, my screen flashed. My external hard drive smoked, and the whole thing shut down. Everything was gone. Absolutely everything. I had no computer anymore. My laptop died. My external hard drive died. Everything that was comics and cosmetics was completely gone. Fun fact, the original logo, the badge, this right here, I don't think you can see it, but upper right hand corner above Athena, that's the original band. That's the badge. That's the comics and cosmetics badge. My oldest made that. Ashton made that. I actually paid my kid $50 for that because I'm a good mom. I'm going to support the creative arts. But my kid made that, and I still use it in my end credits. Fun times, right? It's fun we have. So anyway, we had to scramble. I ended up renting an Apple computer for a while before I got my other computer and then this one. But anyway, it was about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, that I decided, I'm getting really annoyed with all these other dudes calling me a beauty YouTuber because I wasn't a beauty YouTuber. I didn't sit and talk about the makeup. Not once did I sit and talk about the makeup. Now, I did have a couple of things called pro tips where I would have a couple of other people on. Like I had Tabitha on, I had Nicole from the Red 5 Network on, and we would talk about their favorite nerdy thing while, doing makeup. Like Nicole and I would do makeup together, or, Tabitha would paint and I would paint my face. And I would kind of talk about the makeup then, like give tips and stuff, but it was never a makeup channel. This was always about sci-fi and comic books and all that nerdy stuff in between. But the guys at like Matt Kadish over at Salty Nerd actually said on a live stream, he's like, oh, she's a beauty YouTuber too. Like, tell me you've never seen my channel without telling me you've never seen my channel if you're going to sit here and call me a beauty YouTuber, because I'm just absolutely not. And it got me to thinking, like, is that part of the problem I'm having? Is that people think I'm a makeup channel because it says cosmetics. I'm not really just doing cosmetics. I'm doing special effects and stuff too. So I went through kind of this phase where I was trying to kind of really find my voice as a channel, and I rebranded. It took me a while to kind of figure out what direction I wanted to go. It's like, well, sometimes I am doing makeup, sometimes I'm doing my makeup while I'm breaking down a character, but I'm never really referencing the makeup. It's just something I'm doing, while I'm talking. So sometimes I am doing makeup. Sometimes I'm doing special effects. Sometimes I'm interviewing people. Sometimes I have people on. Sometimes I'm doing this. Sometimes I'm doing that. The thing after the and always changes. And so it just kind of struck me like, how about we just drop the cosmetics and leave it ellipsis because that always changes. So it's just comics and literally everything. That seems to actually be a struggle for some people. I don't get that one either, but I'm now starting to regret everything and thinking maybe I should have just called it Mother Comics because I have been told I do have that mom vibe. You've been a mom for almost 30 years. You really can't shake it. So, anywho, I feel like it was a missed opportunity. Should have just been Mother Comics. Anyway, a couple years ago, changed it to Comics and I started doing other things. Like I actually got requested to have people on, like The Return of the Producer, The Making of I Am George Lucas, a Connor Ratliff story. So I had Patrick Connor on there. I did lists. I tried doing lists, underrated character lists. I don't know. I've literally tried everything. What do you people want from me? I can't get your attention. Yeah, if I call it comics and moms, then I'm really not gonna go. Like, no one, it's just gonna confuse people further. But I've got the list videos. I've got the kind of essay videos. And I really love the essay videos. The Has Star Trek Made Us Smarter is one of my favorite videos. The real superpowers of women. There you go. Linda Carter's Wonder Woman holds a crucial ingredient missing in modern female superheroes. That's one of my absolute favorite videos, and that's apparently Dreaming Tabitha's favorite video also. And the I think my favorite of all time of the essay videos is hands down The Secret Mission of Science Fiction. That's been my favorite. I feel that one in my soul. Samar says, yo, I just wanted to explain what I said a little. I hope one day you get an animation series about you. Oh, okay. Also, you get to have input in it while having your theme song plays. That would be dope. That would be super cool. Speaking of, does anyone have any like questions? Like, seriously, ask me anything. It's the birthday stream. It's all about the channel. Ask away. Ask away. Let's hear it. Like, what are some things? What are your favorite things about the channel? What are your favorite videos? What are things you like about the channel? What are things you would like to see change? Huh? I'm open to suggestions. Consider this the suggestion box. Let's see it. Let's hear it. Come on with it. The this right here, this, listen to me. This says a year ago, but this is wrong. This Disney takes the L and Amazon Studios beats a dead horse. That was the first incarnation of what we're doing now. I would once a week upload like a 15-minute video of headlines throughout the week, and that just kind of kept growing. I called it Nerdy News. And then eventually I was like, wait, how about I just go live every day, talk about this stuff? What was my first huge interview? My first interview was D. My first huge interview. That's really hard to quantify because my biggest interview to date has probably been Bo DeMaio. But I had, oh man, that's really tough. I've had Dion a couple times, but I also had Brian Sipe, who is one of my absolute best friends. Oh, the bangs. Oh, the bangs. Good morning, Patricia. Ensign Patricia, good morning. Brian is an Oscar and Emmy winning special effects artist and makeup designer. He is absolutely incredible. Um, he is one of my best friends. He is my partner in the Belgian project that is probably dead. And he is my mentor. He's taught me everything I know about special effects. He is absolutely incredible. You have seen his work. You have seen Passion of the Christ. You have seen The Craft, Hocus Pocus. You have seen Van Helsing, The Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2, Book of Boba Fett. You have seen Captain Marvel, Infinity War, Endgame. That's Brian. All of that is Brian. You've seen his work. Good morning, Jesse, and thank you. So that was a big one. That was probably my first, like, wow, this is an Oscar winner. This is really crazy. And we became really good friends. So that was really, really cool. But after that, there was Neville Page. Neville Page is the concept designer for Avatar and Star Trek. And he was on Face Off on the Sci-Fi Channel. So I'd say between Brian and Neville, like there's Neville Page, Dave Blass, who's the production designer for various Star Trek projects, Todd Stashwick, who played Captain Shaw in Star Trek Picard season 3. I know I embarrassed myself because I was terrified, anxious, nervous as hell. That was the first like known actor that I did. And Jeffrey Pierce, who was Perry on The Last of Us. So, and what's crazy is these have like no views. My Jeffrey Pierce interview has 354 interviews. I mean, 354 views. Todd Stashwick, 286 views. Nothing. Neville Page, 145 views. Dave Blass, 115 views. Like nothing. Nothing. Let's check out some comments. Samar, how old were comic books? How old were comic books the moment Superman came out in 1930? Also, who you know and who's your fave? So Superman came out in 1937. Comic books were kind of a new medium. Comic books were a new medium, and Superman came out in 1937. And what do you mean by who I know of them and who's my favorite? Wonder Woman is my favorite. And what do you mean by who I know of them? Elaborate, please. Fernando, what made you want to start podcasting regularly? Like 5 days a week? Is that what you mean? I did a poll and I asked my subscribers, viewers, if you will, and ran a poll on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And I asked, do you want a weekly live stream like I had been doing for several years? Or do you want like a 5-day-a-week thing, like a daily thing? And it was, I mean, practically unanimous. 5 days a week, please. So, Maria, is Wonder Woman the very first female superhero? Yes and no. There are a couple other ones, but she's the first like real superhero. There was a Jungle Woman, and I don't believe it's Sheena, but there was a woman, this jungle spirit. She was a jungle spirit, and she couldn't leave the jungle. She didn't really interact with people. So Wonder Woman was the first like legitimate superhero. Jesse, have you noticed a difference going from once a week to 5 days a week? Yes. Huge difference. Huge difference. It has been almost a year. In January, it will be a year. And I have gained over 10,000 subscribers this year. And a few thousand watch hours. So, absolutely. Penny, have you done a creation story about Lobo? I have not, but it is now officially on the list, my dear. On the list. On the list. Anyone else have any questions? This right here, the Miguel O'Hara, The Truth About Spider-Man 2099. That is the only breakdown I have done at the request of one of my children for my son, Kessler. No one else has asked me for it. So, there's that information for you. I do believe, like, let's look at my first thumbnails. Like, you can tell, like, obviously I updated these three. My first three were Wonder Woman, Scarlet Witch, and Agatha. I love the Mephisto. Mephisto. I updated those three. Thank God, because my Wonder Woman one, not good. But anywho, I mean, Boba Fett one's not bad, but it still says comics and cosmetics on it. I need to fix that. Anywho, look, these first thumbnails, not great. These three are actually framed. Do I have Moon Knight framed? But these three are framed. This one might be. This one should be. That's a good one. I like the makeup from that one. I'm in. But a few of them are framed and hanging up around here, you know, to kind of commemorate stuff. She-Hulk. Yeah, She-Hulk was one of my first special effects ones. That's the first pro tips with Agatha. Good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. Big Barda's on the list too. Put Big Barda and Lobo. Lots of DC. Lots of DC. Somar, because they said he ain't the first comic book character. So who was? Aha. That is an excellent question, actually. And you know what? If he's... Oop, why am I typing Google? Let's look that up. Allie Sloper. In 1867. Appeared in the English humor magazine Judy in 1867. In the United States, the first major reoccurring character was the Yellow Kid, real name Mickey Dugan, created by Richard F. Outcault. So, fun fact, and there are several documentaries you can actually look into. The History Channel's done some great ones. But if it wasn't for porn and the mafia, the comic book industry would not exist. It's a true story. True story. Yeah. Crusher Convo. Is there a dream interview you hope to have one day? There's a few people. There are a few people. I really want to talk to Melanie Scrofano. You know, Winona Earp. And Alaqua Cox, who played Echo, because we have a lot in common. It's just weird things. I have just weird things. Terry Metalis is a big one. I really want Terry Metalis bad, and you know that. You desperately know that. How did Dreaming Tabitha and I come together? That's funny that you ask, because all I got to do is scroll a bit. This video right here, my Sabine Wren video. Actually, I might have just popped up into the chat for Inside the Booth one day. She was on that channel as a panelist, but she saw this video. She saw my Sabine Wren breakdown, and I painted my eyes like this, like one of Sabine's color bombs. And Tabitha was like, okay, I need to talk to this person. That's what she told me. And we've been friends ever since. We ended up, you see this? I don't know if you guys can see it now. Hold on. I can't take it down because it'll knock the other things down. She had me on her show teaching me how to paint, and we painted a Grogu together. And then I had her on my show and we did Bob Ross. It was a good time. It was so awesome. It was. You guys recognize that shirt? It's one of my favorites. Omari says, interview Winona Ryder and ask her what she's thinking right now. Well, that would be a good one. That would be a really good one. Damn, that is a good job right there. Look at that. I should have just left it like that and not put the glitter on it. That is, I did a good job. Good job, past Dani. Good job, past blonde Dani with short hair. You're talented. I'm proud of you. So proud of you. Future you is just so proud. Oh! Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Backyard TARDIS. I feel like I should like put up little videos and stuff for you guys for that. I don't have them. I should make them. I saw that when I was on Latino Slant, Polly did stuff like that. Like here you go. It's fun, isn't it? It's fun. I love it. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. We need more stuff like that. I'm just saying. Thank you again, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. That's awesome. Awesome. We need more stuff like that. I'll try to make more stuff like that. But anyway, basically, because I did this very colorful breakdown of Sabine Wren, Tabitha and I became friends. Why am I not surprised you said that? I will try. I will contact her people. How about that? I will contact her people. But I have had Bo on the show. And you know, that makes me kind of persona non grata with a lot of Disney stuff. So it's just the way it goes. But I kind of like being that person where people can come tell their side of the story too. Except psycho people like Allison Mack. She can go suck it. By the way, in case anyone missed it, make sure you're watching Impact Nightline on Hulu December 4th. You might see this face telling Allison Mack she should have got 22 years. Just saying. Do any of you have a favorite comics and cosmetics breakdown? Leave it in the chat below. I would love to hear it. I would absolutely love to hear it. That makes me feel good, and that really does encourage me to push forward and do more. It really does. I don't know how else to explain it, but when you guys tell me like, "Oh man, I loved it when you did this," it lets me know I've done something right. Please tell me when I have done something right so I can do it again. So I can do something right again. So when you don't tell me the things that I've done right, I don't know and I'll just keep screwing up. So please tell me what your favorite breakdown or video is so I can jot that down in my diary and make sure I can keep delivering to you the stuff you want to see. Tell me all about it. Crush your convo. Your Star Trek one is fire. Thank you. Thank you. I love the Star Trek video. It is definitely in my top 5 favorite videos I've ever done. And I got a breakdown about Worf. That is one of my faves. It's an oldie but a goodie. And I got one about Q. I love Q. I love John Delancey very much. So I should do more. But thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else? If you are here in this chat and you don't have a favorite breakdown, like a favorite video of mine, I have so many questions. God bless you, but I have questions. Omari, Allison Mack is still in the headlines. Have you thought about taking that rant from your live stream and making that its own separate video? It's an excellent thought, Omari. I need to get this Franklin Richards thing behind me first. Jesse, I have a Michael Dorn photo with us holding lightsabers. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm still waiting for other people to tell me what their favorite channel videos are. You guys are killing me. You're in the chat. There are at least 30 people here. Please tell me what your favorite videos are on this channel. Please, I'm begging you. Don't do this to me. It's my channel birthday. Why would you torture me like this? If you don't have a favorite video of mine, again, this is just weird. It's just weird. Just weird. Just weird. I think my Bo interview was pretty good. It did very well. Got 12,000 views. I might advertise it. Get some more going. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Like my question one. I think my question one's a good one. I'm just sitting here talking to myself, waiting for somebody to tell me something they like about my channel so I know what to keep working on. It's okay. It's okay. I'll survive it. I'll get through. Somehow I will. I will. Wow, you guys are so quiet. I'm so scared. Penny, too many to choose. Well, now I'm heartbroken because Penny is so sweet and nice. That's her kind way of saying, I don't know what to tell you. Samar, I enjoyed seeing when you got a new leg and stuff. Learn some new things. Also, the Bo interview. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Penny. Thank you. Are you not entertained? That's one thing I should pop in the thing. Thank you. Good morning, Sergeant Garatina. I do love your Bo interview. Anything Star Trek is always my favorite. We know. All right, guys. You guys seem very, very bored with the channel talk and me asking you questions and trying to get you to participate in the channel talk. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on to other stuff. Did anyone, by the way, I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Feel free to drop in the chat anything you did with Excuse me. What? I'm sorry. Look, DMs are the worst way to get a hold of me, bro. And my schedule is so busy. Like I'm DMs are the worst way to get a hold of me. Absolute worst. They are I'll have to screen cap you my notifications because they're overloaded. It just overwhelms me and I'm like and then with the show being 5 days a week plus the family plus the breakdowns, it's just too much. It's doing other shows is really hard for me to do, but I really try. Samar, how did I get Bo to agree to the interview? That is absolutely hilarious that you asked that because he reached out to me. He contacted me. I'd actually emailed him right when all the drama started. Emailed him like, would you like to come and give your side of the story? Now remember, I was not Team Bo. I was not Team Bo. I fell for it. I was not Team Bo. Everyone knows that. But he had posted something on Twitter, and then I posted a gift of a gif of a bunch of black SUVs, and I said, "Here comes Disney, pull it up to Bo's house." And he DM'd me. He reached out. He followed me, and he DM'd me, and he said, he's got a suit going and stuff. He'll be taken care of and all that. And we just got to talking. And I just threw the idea. I said, look, if you're ever interested in coming on my show, giving your side, I would, more than happy to host you. And he said, I would absolutely love to. And so we just stayed in contact over months. Again, he's got a suit going on. So there's stuff he had to work out with lawyers. And eventually it worked out. I was able to get him on, but he reached out to me and the rest is history. I mean, I had a full blown panic attack when that happened. Full blown panic attack because I was like, who am I? I'm nobody. I have this tiny little channel that nobody watches. Literally. Like I'm still not fully monetized. I am 400 hours away from full monetization still to this day. My last interview was with Maria Sandoval, and I felt like I was not getting her engaged at all. Maria Sandoval was lead hair designer for Star Wars, and I felt like I did so terrible on that. Like I just could not get her engaged, and that took me a year to book that with her. It took me a year. And she was the first woman in the industry, the only woman in the industry that I had been able to get on this show. What is it with me and women? I don't know. But I felt like my last interview did not go well. And I was beyond terrified. I had full-blown panic attack. I was pacing in the living room, crying like, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? How am I going to do this? This is terrible. And it worked out. So it worked out. Just it's all good experience to know not to always believe what you read because the big men upstairs tend to twist things. And where is the proof? Always ask for proof. When they go around talking about how Bo is this awful person and he's assaulted people, he was sending people this, and that. Who are the people? Who are the people? There are no complaining victims. There are no complaining witnesses. None. Zero. Zilch. Not one name. There are none. There are no specifics. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And pardon me. What had happened was Bo blew the whistle on something. He blew the whistle and they got rid of him. And to get ahead of it, they contacted Jeff Snyder and said, say this. And Jeff Snyder said, okay. I have no names, no complaining witnesses, no complaining witness or victims, no evidence, no proof, no specifics, but I'm going to just run tell that. And he did, and everyone ran with it. And then people, random accounts started reaching out to podcasters and doing the same thing to us. But what they did was they went to Bo's locked down OnlyFans and stole pictures of it and would send us pictures from his OnlyFans. That's not nice. That's what they did. So, pardon me. Big lesson to all of us, especially me. I can admit when I have been wrong. I can change my mind when provided with new information, and I feel no shame about it whatsoever. I don't believe that makes me a hypocrite. I don't believe that makes me flippant or flaky or flip flopper. I feel like, no, I was given new information. I reassessed and realized I was incorrect. So that's how I feel about that. Anywho, yes, I want to talk about Stranger Things. How many people in the chat watch Stranger Things and have watched the first half, volume 1 of season 5? Show of hands. And yeah, Jeff Snyder, the douchebag that called me a loser and blocked me. I wonder why. I wonder why. When you hear a secret, he's going to win. He'll get his. The trick is to never be wrong. I'll just say I'm rarely wrong, but when I am, I admit it. I usually try to be the first to admit when I'm wrong. Yeah, I changed a lot knowing how wrong I was before, but I learned and I grew, and I just want to have fun with the other Trek fans. That's the way to do it, girl. Okay. So, if you don't want spoilers, maybe dip out. Because my daughter and I watched it together. We made a big to-do of it. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I love Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things. My daughter and I had a big to-do of it. I did my stayed dressed as Dustin. Amelia wore her Stranger Things shirt. We made Stranger Things snacks. She made the my room to kind of look like the upside down. Spoilers. Hello, sweetie. I felt like the first half or whatever of season 5 took us back to season 1 greatness. I was absolutely enthralled. I couldn't stop watching it. I will rewatch it. It has encouraged me to want to watch the whole series all over again. I'm absolutely in love with it. Absolutely in love with it. Maria, are you going to watch the last episode in the theater on New Year's Eve? Probably not. My oldest child's birthday is on New Year's Eve. 12/31/99. He's a child of the millennium. And we live in a very small area with a 4-screen theater. So we probably don't have it here. We'd have to drive a couple hours. It sucks. It sucks. Anyway, I do not like how the Duffers treat TV series and the respect, like their ideas of TV series. Like, there's nothing wrong with waiting 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years in between seasons. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. That's stupid. That's called a movie. TV is supposed to be once a year, bro. That's how that works. Okay? No, I don't like waiting that long in between seasons. I don't. Nobody does. Okay? TV is supposed wow. TV is supposed to be what you watch in between movies. Okay? Okay. If that's what you want to do, Duffer Bros, then you need to go make movies. Period. That being said, Stranger Things is entirely movie quality. Okay, I'm going to do the dishes and listen. DL, boy, you really could tell how much the kids have aged. You can, but it's still so good. It's still so good. I absolutely loved it. I mean, you can really tell if you go back and you start to rewatch it all over again. And it's Dave has never seen it. So but again, he doesn't like scary things, but I think it might be something he can deal with. Did you hear the thing where people were trying to what's the word? Boycott. They were trying to boycott it because they said there was a inappropriate scene or something. They're out of their minds. I think I know the scene they're talking about. And even if it's supposed to be like a metaphor for it, he's still the bad guy. Like they're not promoting it. You know what I'm saying? It does that's just strange to me. It's strange. It's very strange. Like, shouldn't we be like, yeah, kill that bad guy there? My theory, if you want to know my theory, I think Vecna is trying to build an Einstein Rosen bridge. He's trying to create a wormhole with these kids and travel back in time to stop what happened to him. That's my theory. Is that the DJ and the nurse scene? No. It's when Vecna takes Will and he feeds him the upside down particles. That scene when he puts the tube in his mouth and he starts feeding him the particles. That. They're trying to say, oh, it's him being a pedo. Well, first of all, that wasn't the first thing that popped into my head. I said, oh, he's giving him particles. That's what he's doing. But if that's supposed to be a metaphor, yeah, he's an evil, disgusting monster and he must die. So, I don't know. I absolutely loved it. And that scene when Max pops up, dude, some of it, hold on. I know I had something and I've lost it. But when Max jumps up and helps Holly, I was like, Max! I was so excited. I love Max. I love Sadie Sink. I love her. She's one of my favorites. But every episode was an absolute total banger. The final one, especially, where I'm telling you, I should put this up just in case people forget or they pop in. They're like, well, you didn't warn me. I've warned you sufficiently. I don't want to hear it. I've warned you so very much. Whoops. Whoops. Ugh. Oh, great. Here we go. Because Twitter's got a Twitter. Twitter's got a Twitter. He's going to be like, oh my God, how old is he going to be? 26? Oh my God, he's going to be 20. He's not going to want that. Not going to want that. What? The next episode is going to be Charlie XCX? Why? I don't understand that. To be lost and to be found, Frankenstein. Dusty getting beat up by like 6 dudes. Oh, my daughter and I were holding each other like, stop it! Stop it! You leave Dusty alone! It was not okay. Poor Dusty. Poor Dusty. But this Noah Schnapp, there is something about Noah Schnapp. Maybe he might remind me of my oldest. I can't really put my finger on it entirely. But this scene, absolutely incredible. There's something so endearing about Noah Schnapp, especially this sneezing. I need to go back to bed. There's something so endearing about Noah Schnapp, especially this season. He's just he's phenomenal. And this scene, oh god, so good. I was just riveted. I was absolutely riveted. And it's very Harry Potterish, and I kind of had a feeling when he was sitting there talking about how he could feel them, especially when he was in the Demogorgon when his mom had the axe and it ran away. I think it ran away because Will felt scared. Will felt scared, so the Demogorgon felt scared, so the Demogorgon ran away. And I was like, he could control him. I thought he was controlling it in that moment. He could control them. If they're not hinting it or flat out saying it, that's going to happen. And then he had that talk with Robin, like, once I realized it wasn't so much this girl or this person that I was in love with, it was the idea of me being myself, who, as she was confident, she was this, she was all those things I wanted to be. And then I felt so free. I felt I could totally be myself. It all clicks for him. He's like, I can do this. And he's basically like an 11 and he finally gets to be the hero. And so to me in this moment, when he stands up and he totally kicks ass, the actor in acting and Will with the Demogorgons, all 3 of them at the same time, I thought to myself, it's always been about Will. From the very beginning, it has always been about Will, and they have been telling us that because from the beginning, the first person we see everything, it's about Will. And the Duffer Brothers have said they have known this whole time what's going to happen. They have known the whole time how this was going to end. They've had it all mapped out from the start. So kudos to them for that. Poop on them for thinking that 3 to 4 years in between seasons is totally acceptable. We're getting fucking old, guys. Knock it off. And these kids are in their early 20s playing 17 years old. But that's fine. When I was in my early 20s, I totally looked 17. It's okay. I can deal with that. He grew up so handsome. The mom in me is just wanting to be his mom so hard. Fernando says boycotts should be done for very important issues, not for a scene that is not well received. Folks can be so dumb. Boy, when you are right, Fernando. You are right. The people have minds that go there have real problems, not the show. Thank you. Like, why is your brain going there? Dude, the bullies, bro, they're gonna, bad things are gonna happen to them. Hello, dum-dums. But I truly think that it's really been about Will this entire time. This episode is called The Sorcerer, and I think that is for a very specific reason. Also, did you notice that it's a two-way street? And I think that's what really kicked it off to him, that, I can control them. It's because, like, when they hit or burn the Demogorgons when he's kind of in their heads, it hurts him. So if 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 he kills Vecna, will it also in turn kill him? That's my big question. I think Vecna wants to time travel. I think he's stealing all these kids to create some psychic Einstein Rosen bridge. That's what that scene, because remember, Will can see inside Henry's head. So, Will painting barn. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting a bunch of actual dudes painting actual barns. Poor Will. He's such a sweet boy. God, he just needs a big mom hug. Let's see. Let's try Stranger Things. Season 5. Will's painting on the barn wall. I'm getting like 100 text messages right now, and I don't know why. Okay. I've got it. And Holly keeps reading. She's been reading A Wrinkle in Time. What's up with that? She's obsessed with A Wrinkle in Time. And in season 1, here, I'm going to pull up this barn picture. In season 1, when Karen Wheeler takes the crap, I put it in a place where I don't know where it is. When Karen Wheeler goes over to see Joyce when Will goes missing, she takes her a casserole and she takes Holly with her. Holly's 3 years old. While Joyce and Karen are talking in the kitchen, Holly starts to kind of wander around the house, and she starts following the Christmas lights that are lighting up one by one. Okay. Well, this is super annoying. I'm just going to have to do it this way. And while she was in the bedroom, Will's bedroom, with all the lights going crazy, that hand starts to come through the wall. Like, Holly could see that stuff. And now Vecna has taken her. So she's always been one of the people, or one of the kids, that he was going to take. She always had some piece of her that was able to connect with this stuff. Now, there is a theory, and I wonder if they've read anything into this stuff. Listen, I have this window open. Oh, because I'm not in the right one. No, that's it. Here we go. Here you are. Doesn't that look like an Einstein Rosen bridge in the middle? Like, these are the pillars. These are the pillars for the kids on the left and on the right, and in the center, how that's shaped. It looks like a wormhole. So he wants these psychic kids. That's what I think they are. I think they're all children who possess some kind of nascent psychic ability, and he wants to use them to power this Einstein Rosen bridge so that he can time travel. But I read this book when I was a teenager. I was a really weird kid. Anyway, I read this book. It was published in the 60s, and it was about extrasensory perception. And it discussed how I can't remember who wrote it, but the cover was black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. And it discussed how they felt the those abilities were kind of located in the cerebral cortex, and that as you age, it thickens. The coating over it gets thicker and thicker. When you are a child, when you're a baby, toddler, child, it's very, very, very thin so that you're able to receive signals better. Like when Robin said, "You're a receiver. Your radio antennas are." That's that's in that book. That is in that book that I read. And I used to say that, like, some people, when it comes to ghosts and spirits and stuff like that, I would say, people are radios. Some people just have better antennas than others. And then Robin says that. I was like, oh, oh shit. I feel like they read this book too. So the theory in this book is the reason why children and babies are able to see and experience all of this extrasensory phenomenon so much more often and so much more clearly than adults is because they don't have as much of that coating covering their cerebral cortex. And the older you get, it thickens up. You're not as good a receiver anymore. So I think that is kind of the purpose behind why Vecna wants these kids. They're all radio antennas. And he wants to use them to power and kind of direct this wormhole. I think it's a really great theory. And if they don't use it, if it doesn't come out to be true, I'm writing this shit down and using it for something of my own. I'm bookmarking it. So if one of you uses it, I'm going to know. Crusher Convo. This is like Jack Crusher only transmitting to anyone under 25 to be a Borg. Just saying. The cerebral cortex. I got to find that book. Backyard TARDIS. Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS says, my favorite video you did was the River Song breakdown. Really? That's so cool. Writes that down. I would have thought the Missy one. I love the Missy one. I love her. Off you pop. Beans on toast. But that's entirely my theory. I'm going to find that girl. There is a River Song breakdown. There is a Missy breakdown. I love Doctor Who. I am a Whovian. It is there. I have so many breakdowns. Okay. You just don't even know. Go to the playlists. Just go to the playlists on my channel and you've got your next month set. Like, go to the playlists and get back to me in a couple weeks. I did not keep anything from you. Like, I've been trying to get to 4,000 watch hours for a year. Okay. If you guys have missed a video on my channel, that's on y'all. Anyway, I love where this show is going. I love where it has been. I think season 3 might have been the slowest. Or was it season 4? See, they take so long in between these seasons and it messes with your head, right? It just screws with you. But you got like 2,000 videos, so hard to keep track. I know. I'm just saying. There's so many. Noah Schnapp has really come into his own. All of these kids have really come into their own as actors, and it's just damn impressive, every single one of them. Winona Ryder, girl, you looking kooky and crazy. God love you. I love me some Hopper. My daughter says it reminds her of Dave. I think that's just because he's also her beloved bonus dad as well. But if you have not watched this yet, if you haven't watched Stranger Things yet, I highly recommend you do. I came across this show in 2016 when I was cleaning house. And I was like, I sat down with the mop. Like I was kind of like I turned it on just to have something on. And I was scooting by and I was like, have you ever done that? Like you just turn something on just to have something on while you're cleaning. And then it gets your attention. You're like, "What?" And you just kind of sit down like, oh shit. And then like 2 hours pass and you're still holding this mop and you're kind of leaning in like, shit. I am locked in, locked in for episode for season 5. And I'm so upset that I have to wait till Christmas for more. I tell you what, if Stranger Things does to me on Christmas Day, like Wonder Woman 84 did, I will riot. I will throw this big, heavy vintage fan through a window and steal things from the Duffer Brothers home. I'm kidding. Don't. No, I won't. I won't. But I will throw things and I will be angry and I will rant. Horde. Horde. I will. Not the fan. It's innocent. I've had this fan so long too. And Dave stole it from me for a few years. He took it outside and it's all dusty now because of that gorgeous man. But she's still kicking, man. She's my favorite color. And she's retro. She's vintage. It's my favorite style. Yes. But it's heavy. It's steel. That's why I said the fan. I mean, if I threw that fan through anything, it wouldn't ding it. It wouldn't do a thing to it. DL, if you're gonna throw things, make sure it's things that won't break. This thing will not suffer at all. If it is solid steel, okay, it's not going to get hurt. It will most definitely hurt whatever I hurl it at. Rest assured. Okay? Rest assured. Ow. Ow. We didn't get to any headlines, but that's fine. I'm good with it. You guys good with it? I'm good with it. I'm fine, but I'm tired and I got a lot of work to do. So I need to get this video out to my members. That's right. I do. We've been here an hour and a half. That's a long one for me. That is. I was on the Latino slant for like almost 3 hours and I thought I was going to die. I was like this, and I was on my saddle stool. So by the time I got up to go to the bathroom, because I had to pee, I tried to get up off that saddle stool and both my legs had gone to sleep and I about face planted on the floor, like going, ah, trying to get to the bathroom. It was difficult. But that's all I got for you nerds today. Thank you so much for hanging out for the birthday stream. Thank you for 5 years. Here's to hoping for 5 more. Hopefully it doesn't take 5 more years to get those 400 hours. Yes, Polly did mention having me on as a regular basis, but it better not be 3 hours. I will die. I will die. Yeah, that would be difficult. But here's hoping for 5 more years. Thank you guys for sticking it out with me this long. You guys are the absolute best. If you guys weren't here, I would literally have no one to talk to. So thanks for being my people. Thanks for being my community. Thanks for caring about me and hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Please continue to do that. And some new people, I hope you subscribe, ring the notification bell. Please share the videos. Share the video and stuff. Keep the playlists going because we got the giveaway going, man. Okay, remember the giveaways. 400 more hours. There's going to be presents. It's my channel's birthday, but you guys are getting the presents. So make sure you have the playlists going. Jesse, I'm looking at you. Okay, River Song, the Missy, get on it. There's more. There's so much more. So much more. There's other ways to help support the channel. Thank you again, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, for the $5 super chat today. It means absolutely the world to me. There's also super chats, super thanks, super stickers out there for you guys if you want to help out and chip in and help me keep this channel going. There's also memberships. Please consider joining the Nerdling Army, becoming a member. You get all kinds of perks. There's also, which one is it? Yes, this QR code right here. It takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comics and MUA. And you can chip in as little or as much as you can to help keep the channel going. There's also Cash App, $ DanielleSoncasie, and you can chip in as much or as little as you can. There's the original Nerdling Army over at Patreon. Same deal with some other bonuses like exclusive merch that you can't get anywhere else, that you get every 3 months for the first year of your membership. And that's over at patreon.com/comics. And hey, it is officially Christmas shopping season as of today. What better way to shop for your nerdy friends and family and help support the channel at the same time? Then go to comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. I'm telling you, hundreds of designs inspired by all of your nerdy favorites on any product you could possibly imagine. You need a sweater, you need a t-shirt, you need a mug. Do you need a pint glass, a wallet, a clutch, a backpack, socks, hats? I mean, literally anything. Koozies, Christmas ornaments. I have it all there at comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. All of my affiliate links are in the description below and also on my website, comics-and.com. Everything you need to know about the channel, about me, all of my special effects, looks, reviews, everything there at comics-and.com. And this channel is also powered by the Red 5 Network. We're a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. That's right. Maria Goonies or the Stranger Things gang. Man, that's unfair. That's unfair because the Gen X in me says, you know what, you got to look out for your people and you got to be like Goonies. But I feel like they like, and then they got Kiwi Kwan. Is it Kiwi Kwan? Is his name Kiwi? I'm so confused. They've got Data. And you're like, I love Data. But then Stranger Things has Dustin and Will. And I'm like, oh my God. Dustin and Will, they're just such cutie patooties. It makes my mom cute aggression just. Can I just say both? I don't like picking and choosing. I feel like that's not fair. All right, guys. I got to go. I got to make stuff for you. So have a wonderful, wonderful holiday weekend. I will see you Monday morning, members. Enjoy the Franklin Richards breakdown. And now for your moment of zen.
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!